This video is about how you can help to build an innovation culture. So, when we think about building an innovation culture, what are the conditions that we need to allow for innovation? Innovation requires people, facilities, information, and time. We think of invention, the creating of something brand new. That depends upon creativity, but innovation depends upon collaboration and cross-functional integration. We've discussed as well that innovation is the process of idea management. Another way to look at it is innovation is executing new ideas to create value. And to motivate or to create these new ideas, to motivate the people who are creating these new ideas, that work and those people require autonomy, they require mastery and purpose. And one thing for you as a manager, one thing for you to change in your thoughts is to think, what would I have to do differently if everyone reporting to me were a volunteer? So what does this do is it helps to change that mindset. Remember, these people are looking for for work that makes a difference, for significance. And so they do need a different type of management. Think of innovation as well as being a continuously interactive process. And the diagrams, a lot of times, instead of being linear, if it is going to be continuously interactive, think of creating diagrams that are more circular and diagrams that are starting from the bottom and going up to the top. And so expanding exponentially out. So think of that innovation as being that continuously interactive process. And while you're thinking of innovation being that process, don't mistake the tools of innovation for the skills of innovation. So tools are things you can buy, but skills have to be learned. Skills are the blood, sweat, and tears, that time and effort that's put into learning those skills. The tools can help to build the skills, but the tools are not the skills. And what are some of those tools that can be used to help build your innovative skills? An idea management platform. So again, looking at how do we manage innovation as a process? How do we develop a portfolio of innovations? Think of idea generation as a tool. How do we get new ideas? And then what do we need to do? We need to select those ideas and implement those ideas. What are other tools there? Books, blogs, and speakers. So our major tools for innovation, again, are idea management platform, and idea generation method, and as well books, blogs, and speakers. And so when we think of skills, thinking of that process, but one of the things that we don't think of when we think of a skill is experimentation. So experimenting is a critical innovation skill. It's rare, actually, because we as adults a lot of times are risk averse. And what is worse, we don't want to look foolish. We don't want to create something that is going to fail. So our organizational culture a lot of times is not set up to allow for failure. but think of this as critical failure, as something that is required. It is that tension between the efficiency and the innovation. So with that experimentation, that ability to fail, what is it that we want to do? We still want to have that process. So that process is to generate an idea, to build a prototype, to measure that prototype based upon certain key performance indicators, to gather that data and to learn from that data, perhaps to learn from those failures. So we want to prototype, we want to keep our failures small, we want to learn from those failures. And the reason that we want to experiment is because that experimentation leads to better results. It leads to better results than a prediction. It allows you to get closer to your customer faster. It allows you to know what your customer wants faster. And you as an individual, what is it that you specifically, you as the person, need to think about when it comes to building this innovation culture? You need to ask yourself 5 questions. And what are those 5 questions? It's, how do I as a person, how do I respond to the ideas of others? Do I understand what adds value to others in the firm, to other people that are working in the firm, what they are looking for, what they want? And do I understand who is my tribe? Who is my innovation tribe? Whom can I bring up these harebrained ideas to and think way, 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 way out of the box, and not be afraid of being ridiculed, not be afraid of, oh no, that's not going to work, not being afraid of, why would you ever think that? So think of who is your tribe, and then with your tribe, discuss what you yourselves there in your jobs can get away with. What can you do right now to, pardon me, right now to innovate that portion of your job? And again, it did come from an article written by Tim Castelli. You see that Tim Castelli is one of the gurus there of innovation scholarship. Here is art from some of my favorites, and the name of the company is Gaping Void Art. You've seen some of their work earlier in different videos. You can subscribe to them. They're absolutely free. I love some of their artwork. And this particular one says, the future is alive and well and living in whose skull? It's living in your skull. So you being the one there that can influence that innovation culture in your company with your tribe, understanding what it is that you can get away with, experimenting, having that sense of adventure in a way. And then finally, this other slide is by Nilofer Merchant. And I love this particular one. It's got a gazelle, and the gazelle is leaping across. And the saying there is, not everyone will, but anyone can. And so again, think of yourself, think of what you can, so that you can influence that culture of innovation at your company.